Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. It is already Thursday. This week has just flown by as we head into week number 8 of the NFL season, and that means it is once again time for your favorite NFL picks battle, the Sharp versus the Swinger. And so far, I'll start with me. I broke my streak of perfection at last week, going 1-1, hitting on my total easily, almost in the first half, and losing my spread pick. While the Swinger went the opposite way. Surprise, surprise, missed his total, but nailed that spread pick. Swinger, I mean, are we ever going to get you a total win, buddy? At this point, it's almost like the streak that's just so hard to bet against.
Yeah, well, as white hot as I've been going in my side picks, my totals have been absolute fade material. But I know this video is all about the sides, so anyone watching this, grab onto my coattails, baby. But on the next video, when it comes to the totals, it might be fade city.
I mean, we're combined 20, 11, and 1. So I mean that's not too bad. I'm 11, 4, and 1. Swingers 9 and 7. We got a couple of plays for you here. We'll start it off with our spread picks, though. We'll start with you, Swinger. What do you got for us this week?
Okay, well, I focused in on the Jets and Raiders, and Jordan, even though the Jets lost last week to the Patriots, they look pretty good at defeat, which is kind of ironic to say when a team allows 30 points. But I'll tell you, that defense is definitely for real. And for all the publicity that Darrelle Revis has gotten captaining that secondary along with Antonio Cromartie, it's in fact the run stop unit that has been absolutely outstanding all season. And they were never better than they were last week when they held the Patriots running backs to 1 yard. 1 yard. I mean, that sounds positively goofy. It's like a Madden game gone wrong. But in the end, we know what happened. Tom Terrific done him dirty. Jets lost 30-23. Now on the flip side, we've got the Raiders, who stunned just about everyone when they traveled to San Diego and plundered the Chargers. Did you see what I did there, Jordan? Plundered
I like
Raiders.
that. That was good. That was a good one.
It's a motif, babe, and that's what I'm all about. Okay. That's a little Sammy Davis Jr. coming at you. All right, let's get back to business. All right, so we know the Raiders have finally found a quarterback in Derek Carr, and Amari Cooper, absolutely no joke. But here's the big however. In my estimation, the Jets are going to force the Raiders into a passing-only mode, much as they did last week to the Patriots, because Oakland's 23rd ranked rushing attack is simply not equipped to run on that defensive line of New York's. And once Derek Carr begins passing, the Jets' secondary is going to have plenty of opportunities to make plays, and Revis is going to be blanketing Cooper. So that takes a big bite out of Oakland's offense. Now, one concern that I do have is that Jets center Nick Mangold is most likely out, which is kind of a big deal. And if that offensive line doesn't give Fitzpatrick the time in the pocket, it could definitely tip the scales. But I don't think it will, which is why you can call me a square. But when this one ends, you're going to be calling me a winner. Play the Jets minus 2 and a hook.
I'm going with one of the earlier starts in this one, and the New York Giants are on the road this week, and they are 3.5-point dogs in New Orleans. And I know the Giants haven't necessarily been the epitome of awesome on the road so far this year, but they are 2-1 against the spread on the road, despite the fact of how bad they've played. And in the Superdome, I think on this turf against this horrific Saints defense, I think the Giants taking any points in this one is actually a bit of a surprise to me. I figured this would be really close to like a pick 'em, maybe 1.5 or at the most. 3.5. I really like if you could especially still get that 3.5 number here and cover those 3 points with New York right now. I absolutely love that play here. I mean, New Orleans, let's be honest, they're not the team they once were at home. 3-7 against the spread in their last 10. They just broke that streak, obviously, of losing so many games in a row straight up at home. I don't trust the New Orleans Saints here. I think the Giants, they're hard to trust too, don't get me wrong, but I think they're the most trustworthy of the two untrustworthy teams. What do you think about that one?
Well, before the season started, I would have rated the Giants about a D+. And now that we're almost halfway into the season, I have to give them about a B-. Definitely better than I thought. And I was looking at this one. And, if you look at some of the common opponents, I mean, outside of Dallas, Giants were on the road. They lost to Dallas 27-26, while New Orleans beat them at home 26-20. But, they've lost to the same opponents. They've had very, very similar results. If I have to choose, I take the Giants. I'm just not sure what New Orleans team is going to show up.
Yeah, it's hard to it's hard, I think, to differentiate between whether or not this New Orleans team is turning things around or whether it's just a blimp on the radar and they're still a bad team. Their defense is still bad. We know that. I feel like the Giants. You don't know what to make of them, obviously, but they're right now. They're 4-3, and they're going to win this division. It looks like with all the injuries and stuff that are piling up in the NFC East. I mean, it's just and all the bad play. I mean, it's just crazy to think of that the Giants. Yeah, we came in. We were like third place team, easy, and then now it's like they're going to win almost runaway seems. So that'll do it for our spread picks. Make sure you check out our video on totals as well. We got a couple of good ones there for you, and I think Swinger might finally turn it around on that one. I like his play on that one, so stay tuned for that one. But until then, for Swinging Johnson, I'm Jordan Sharp. Best of luck to you on all your NFL picks this week.